Give a very warm welcome, first of all, to our judging
welcome
panel.
to the
First up,
main arena
Sandra
here at the NEC,
Allen.
where we're just about to start the Heelwork to Music final.
Our head judge
A
is
bit different to the
Louise
freestyle
Ince.
that we saw yesterday. So we'll be talking a little bit about the difference between Heelwork to Music and freestyle. Our three judges are the same as they were yesterday. We have Sandra Allen and Louise Ince, who are our UK judges, and Greta, who's from Holland, is our overseas judge. All very experienced in the world of freestyle and Heelwork to Music, all have competed here in this main arena, so they know what it takes to make a brilliant routine. And they're going to be looking at the three areas, which are content and flow, accuracy and team performance, and musical interpretation. Each of those sections has 10 points to be awarded, or up to 10 points. So Heelwork to Music, what are we going to be looking for today? Well, we're looking for the dog to hold one of 8 Heelwork positions. They don't have to do all 8 Heelwork positions in their routine, but the judges are going to be under the content section looking for sort of a fair amount, but all those Heelwork positions could be done in any direction, and they can also be done at any pace. So there are a lot of variations that a handler can pick to put into the routine. Now, 3 of the dogs that are competing today were actually in the freestyle final yesterday, so they've had a little bit of getting used to this ring atmosphere, which is totally different from a normal competition. And here's our first competitor. This is Kath Hardman with Denby. Denby's 12 years old, and they're going to be performing to Celtic Kittens. And so this will be a great way to kick off our Heelwork to Music final. Each of these competitors have qualified to be here today. They are the top 10 dogs in the country. So we wish Kath and Denby the best of luck. And there we go, our first competitor there, Denby, wagging his tail there throughout the routine. And there was an excellent piece of music which had a lot of accents in. So if you notice, as the handler was, say, moving along in one heel-work position, there would be an accent in the music, and she would get the dog to twist into another position. As we can see there, he went into the cross behind position. And so there was a lot of accents there coming thick and fast, and the handler's trying to interpret those with those moves from one position to another, because they are, the judges, of course, looking at the musical interpretation. And there's up to 10 points that they can award for that, and they're looking for something that really epitomizes the music. So although the handler is moving perhaps in time with the music, they're looking at the dog. Is the dog keeping time with the music? Is it moving well with that music? Because if you've got a track of music that the dog sort of can't move out with, it doesn't sort of sell the dog, doesn't make that dog look good. And I'm sure we're going to see some dogs today really striding out to that music, using their front legs, trotting away, and that's what the judges want to see. They want to see that enthusiasm as the dog is working there. And as we could see with Denby, he was having a great time. He might be 12 years old, but he was wagging his tail throughout there, looking at his mum. So the judges are making their deliberations, and we'll have a look at their scores shortly. There's a lot for them to take into consideration, the judges. Musical interpretation is just one of those aspects they're looking for. And you can see here, we've got the content. We've got 6s, 7s, 8. So a little divergence there in what the judges feel. But that's fine, and some nice interpretation marks there. Now deductions, if you've not seen the sport before, deductions, that just means if the dog makes any noise, if it barks, if it whines, and it distracts from the performance. But I don't think there was any noise there, so obviously no deductions at all. So that was a great way to start the competition. We're going to see quite a few border collies in the top 10. But our next dog is another collie, but it's a bearded collie. And Dewey with Leslie Neville, well, they were here yesterday performing in the freestyle. So this is an experienced team. They've performed many times here in the main arena. So they're going to be performing to That's You.
The face in the moon, that's you. The torch in the tune, that's you. The voice in the street, that's you. The memory I meet, that's you. The plane in the midnight sky, repeating goodbye, goodbye. No matter how hard I try, to my regret I can't forget how foolish to warm a flame with echoes that form your name. You haunted my heart, now what can I do? If somebody comes along to take my blues away, I hope I can say that's you. The face in the moon, that's you. The torch in the tune, that's you. The voice in the street, that's you. The memory I meet, that's you. The plane in the midnight sky, repeating goodbye, goodbye. No matter how hard I try, to my regret I can't forget how foolish to warm a flame with echoes that form your name. You haunted my heart, now what can I do? If somebody comes along to take my blues away, I hope I can say that's you. Foolish to warm a flame with echoes that form your name. You haunted my heart, now what can I do? If somebody comes along to take my blues away, I hope I can say that's you.
Well, there, Dewey enjoying his time in the ring there. And a lovely sort of mellow track there for Dewey and Leslie to perform to. So we talked about musical interpretation. Another area that the judges are looking at is accuracy and team performance. So within our rules, we have little pictures which say how the dog should be when it's in these Heelwork positions. And the judges are looking at whether or not the dogs are holding those positions. But of course, each dog is different. Each breed is different. So they've got to allow for a little bit of difference according to the dog. And the dog has to be consistent throughout all the positions. So if the dog is a little bit away from the handler's leg in one position, then we don't want the dog stuck to, say, the handler's leg in another position. There should be sort of similar distance in all the positions. And we're looking for the Heelwork to be smoothly executed, be not only accurate, and also in this section it's team performance, and that's about that harmony between dog and handler. We want to really see that team and relationship coming out of the performance. So there's going to be a lot of different pieces of music used today, and so the judges have to really sort of look at each routine individually. You can't sort of make any general assumptions. They might not even like the piece of music, but what they can do, because they're experienced judges, they can appreciate that track of music they might not normally listen to themselves, but they can appreciate good interpretation because they're listening to it, they're listening to the lyrics, they're listening to those accents I mentioned earlier. So some nice scoring there with some 7s and 8s, which is really good, and I don't think there was any noise at all, so 23.40 is a nice score there.
23.40. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great routine from Leslie, Neville and Dewey. Okay, next up, please do a warm welcome. You can see there, Dewey,
typical bearded collie, very enthusiastic. It's got that really cute look. You want a dog with a bit of X factor in our Heelworks music class. Now, this is not a border collie, and it's little Freckle Frenzy. Was here in the freestyle yesterday. This is a rescue dog, and she is in her 4th Crufts final. They're performing to Transylvania Mania. Into start position, off they go.
It's a doozy, makes you woozy. It's the new phenomenon. Have you heard about the mania? If not, then let me explain ya. Yes, sir. It's the Transylvania Mania. Whether you're in Ruritania or a dance hall in Albania, yes sir, it's the Transylvania Mania. Everybody who's been viewing it can't resist its appeal. Everybody's out there doing it, millionaire and schlemiel. So join the fun, let's all be zania. Even Lits in Lithuania love it. It's the latest rage. Lose the blues and don't complain. Ya hit the dance floor, feel no pain. Ya love it. Do the Transylvania Mania.
Just accept it, don't refrain. Ya
Don't resist, it's all in vain.
Come on, kids, let's raise some cania. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the latest craze.
It's a cherry pie without the pits.
It's a weekend spent in Biarritz.
It's all the rage with the French and Brits.
The Transylvania Mania. It's the newest quip from Algonquin wits.
It's the winning horse that never quits.
It's the paprikash with an ice-cold Schlitz.
The Transylvania Mania. The Transylvania Mania. It's southern fried with a side of grits. It's Baptist Jews and Jesuits.
It's an etude played by Horowitz.
It's serving Berlin's putting on the Ritz. The Transylvania Mania. Have you heard about the mania? If not, then let me explain ya. Yes, sir. It's the Transylvania Mania. Whether you're in Ruritania or a dance hall in Albania, yes, sir. It's the Transylvania Mania. Rich and poor are also chewing it in hotels or huts. Even dogs are busy doing it, pedigreed and mutts. All the devils in Tasmania shake their tails and Ruritania love it. It's the latest craze.
Grab a steamship or a mania to the heart of Romania. Love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it. The Transylvania Mania.
What a fantastic
Just
little
fantastic,
dog that
ladies and
is.
gentlemen.
The
And
legs
she's
were
the
going, her
Freckle
tail was
Frenzy.
wagging throughout, those ears and eyes were
Wasn't that
alert.
great
And you
routine?
cannot fail to
Transylvania
smile
Mania.
watching that team. Such
So
a
this is
happy
our
little
Heelwork
team, and
music
it's
competition.
unbelievable
So
to
you
think
see
that
how those
before the welfare
Heelwork
organisation
positions,
stepped in, they were actually going to put little Freckle to sleep. Can you believe it? Then Anne adopted her, and she's been a fabulous freestyle and Heelwork's music dog. So there was some lovely movement there from that team, and the track was lovely, wasn't it? You sort of tapped your toe to it, and that is something that's important. You've got to get that audience on your side. Anne in her Transylvania cape, and it sort of helped just to set the scene, and that's all the costume's doing. It's helping to set the scene. But look at little Freckle go, those little legs going, and she was loving this time in the ring there. A hop, skip and a jump sometimes, always paying attention to Anne. You couldn't ask for more.
Just a moment. Score 23.40. Leslie Neville on top of Big Wolf. Now I'm going to hand you over to Kate. She's going to have a chat with one of our judges.
Can I just give you that? So John's been telling us a little bit about the scoring and the different categories. Can you just tell us the content, for example? What is it that you're looking for, and how do you decide what you're going to score on?
Okay, so content, we mark out of 10 for each category. So there's 3 categories. You've got content, accuracy, and musical interpretation. Content, we're looking for we have 8 different positions in the English Heelwork to music, and we're looking for the dog to maintain a consistent position and to be able to move in different directions. So they can go forwards, backwards, sideways, or the opposite sideways, I call it, where they go away from the handler, but they still maintain the position next to the handler. So that's what we're looking for.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's good to understand exactly how you're scoring, because, you know, we haven't got a clue yet. So brilliant.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So there is
Okay, the scores
Freckle's
are in.
scores.
And the scores are... There we go. 24.57 for Anne Schuker and Freckle Frenzy, which takes them
24.57 goes into the lead
place.
there.
Congratulations,
Some nice
Anne,
8
with
and
that
even a
fantastic
9 there for interpretation.
Okay,
Some
we are
lovely
ready
use of
for
the music
our next
there. And
handler and their
as I say,
dog.
it was a nice
Please give
happy
a very
tune. It
warm
went with the
welcome
dog,
with
and that's something
4-year-old Crufts,
that you as a handler
Goose
want to do. You want to
Rachel
choose a
Cutler.
track that really reflects the dog.